عن أمير المؤمنين أبي حفص عمر بن الخطاب رضي الله عنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول إنما العمل بالنيات وإنما لكل امرئ ما نوى.
If we continue to what we were saying, or we're reading.
And we have seen this pantry from a group of teachers.
So, where teachers will discipline their students. Yeah.
From them is the great scholar Ibn Adham. Perhaps a person would ask him a question about something that does not benefit, so the Shaykh would not answer him. He said he told the reader to continue reading, or he would answer, but not according to what the questioner desired.
Yeah. So, you might as well do that. Either just ignore the question, or answer it but in a different way. Okay? Right, the next principle, 18. Abdullah, I'm just going to do this one myself, just to save time. Number 18 are some principles to remember whilst asking a question. How to ask a question. The Shaykh here mentions 4 principles. Number 1 is to ask yourself why you ask the question. I.e., have the correct intention before asking the question. Okay? Why do you want to ask the question? To know the answer so that you may act upon it and get closer to Allah. That should be your intention. You can remove that ignorance from yourself, act upon it and get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, the question should, as it comes in hadith, لِمَارِيَ بِهِ السُّفَهَا لِبَاهِ بِهِ الْعُلَمَاء. You don't ask the question to show your knowledge or to argue, to debate. That's not the intention. You ask because it's something beneficial. People can benefit in class, you can benefit and get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the first principle is what? To ask yourself, why are you asking the question? Number 2, understand what he is asking about. What that basically means, make sure that it's a question which is beneficial. Okay? It's been narrated, Imam Suyuti mentioned, some people in his time, they asked this question. When the flood of Nuh alayhi salam came, what type of water was it? Was it salty water or sweet water? What's that got to do with anything? You know, it's not like you're being drowned, it's sweet, it's nice. The point is that they were punished because of the flood. It's got nothing to do with salt or sweet. Right? Adam alayhi salam ate from the tree. What type of tree was it? Right? There was a dog guarding the people of the cave. What type of dog was it? Was it a Rottweiler or a poodle or what? Right? That's not beneficial. How is that going to help you? Right? So make sure you ask is actually beneficial. Okay? And what beneficial could also include that it's appropriate for you to ask at that time. Right? And sometimes doing a dars now, no, the guy puts his hand up, what do you think about this person? Oh, it's got nothing to do with the class. What are you talking about? Right? It's not beneficial at that time. Sometimes the question could be a beneficial question, but the time you're asking and the situation that you're in is not beneficial. So make sure whatever you're asking is something beneficial. And that's why even the Sahaba, anhum, they were prohibited from asking too many questions. Why? Because if they were to ask too many questions, it would actually make it harder for them. Like the person that kept asking after Hajj was obligatory, أَفِي كُلِّ عَامٍ, every year? He asked it 3 times. Until the Prophet turned around and he said, لَقُلْتُ نَعَمْ لَوَجَبَتْ. If I said yes, it would have been obligatory. Just relax. Allah said, do Hajj, do it once, khalas. You've done the obligation. Okay? So you have to really think about that question. Is it beneficial or not? One example the Shaykh gives is not asking hypothetical questions. And one of the most stressful subjects for me is fiqh. Why? Sometimes it's a simple principle, yeah? About, let's say, water. You have to use a certain type of water. Okay? It has to be pure water. Move on. That's the principle. Then you get 10 questions. You start, but if the water was like this, but if or if it's like this, or if it was in this bottle, and like, there's so many questions, right? And then the whole hour would go by, and you've not moved past the first point I wanted to make. That's why even in Medina, the teachers, they would come in, especially for fiqh, and they would say, no questions allowed until I finished explaining everything I want to explain. Today there's 3 issues I want to go through. Once I finish those 3, then ask what you want. Otherwise the questions go on and the Shaykh doesn't even finish the first point. Okay? So making questions, hypothetical questions, is not something which a person should be doing. Ask what you need. Ask what is obligatory upon you, and so on. The third principle, so the first is, ask yourself why, make sure it's for the right intention. Number 2, making sure the question is beneficial. Number 3, making sure you ask at the correct time and place. When and where. The correct time and place. So it might be a beneficial question, but right now I'm teaching Ta'adim al-Ilm. You're not going to put your hand up and ask me a random question about Arabic grammar. It's not the time. Or for example, I'm trying to leave, or I've got an appointment, somebody's waiting for me. That's not the time to ask me. Another very time, I'll be honest, this one annoys me a lot. After Salah, I'm doing my adhkar. Adhkar takes 2-3 minutes. Straight after Salah, somebody will come and try to ask a question. and you'll say to them, give me 2 minutes, let me finish my adhkar. Okay? There's a time and place for everything. And number 4, how to ask the question. Make sure you ask it in the correct manner. Okay? And there's a lot of things that could be said. I'll just go, if you go to the footnotes of the next page, the brother, may Allah reward him, he gave an example of how to ask a question. He said, an example of how to address a scholar is to say, may Allah bless you, may Allah be good to you. You start off by making a dua. And stay away from saying stuff like, yo Shaykh, I have a question. Or shouting at him, Shaykh, answer my question, and the likes. Right? I had something, somebody asked me a question. I didn't want to answer it because I knew the intention behind the question. And in front of everyone he said, your job is to answer the question. Right? Khalas, if someone says that, I'm answering the question. Whatsoever. Right? So there's a way of speaking to people. Also, the way you ask a question is, you ask it as you want to know the answer. You're seeking an answer. Not that you're making a statement or you're trying to test or anything like that. I give an example of Shaykh Usaymi last time I came regarding that as well. Okay, number 19. Go on.
The heart's passion for knowledge and the reigning of it. True pursuit necessitates loving it and the heart becoming attached to it. And the slaves does not achieve the level of knowledge up until his main delight and enjoyment becomes in it.
Now, number 19 is, subhanAllah, one of the secrets to glorifying knowledge, which is to get to that level where you have so much love for knowledge that love covers your heart. It overtakes you, it engulfs you. And all you have is a passion for knowledge. Everywhere you go, all you think about is this mas'ala, that mas'ala, going to a dars, reading a book. You see a book, you get happy. You rather buy books than buy food. Right? You get to that level of loving knowledge. Because if you get to that level, then it'll be easier for you to take. Right? Just imagine it like this. You're in a class, there's one person that's interested in a subject, the other one is not interested. Who's going to benefit? The one interested is going to pay attention. The one that's not interested is going to be looking here, looking there, doodling and doing all sorts. So it's basically like that. And if you look at some of the stages that the ulama got to when it came to their love for knowledge, I'll read some of the aqwal. Ibrahim ibn Adham rahimahullah, he said, لو يعلم الملوك وأبناء الملوك ما نحن فيه من النعيم لجادلونا عليه بالسيوف. If the kings and the sons of the kings, the princes, if they knew the bliss that we were in, they would have fought us with it with their swords. If you knew the contentment and the happiness we get, they would have fought us for it. Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah said, إِنَّ فِي الدُّنْيَا جَنَّةً مَنْ لَمْ يُدْخِلَهَا لَا يَدْخُلُ جَنَّةَ الْآخِرَةِ. In this dunya there's a type of Jannah. If you can't find this Jannah, then you won't get into the Jannah of the Akhirah. I.e., there's knowledge and that love for the religion. In another statement, he said, مَا يَصْنَعُ أَعْدَائِي بِي. What can my enemies do to me? أَنَا جَنَّتِي وَبُسْتَانِي فِي صَدْرِي. My Jannah is in my heart. إِن رُحْتُ فَهِيَ مَعِي لَا تُفَارِقُنِي. If I go, wherever I go, it's always with me. إِنَّ حَبْسِي خَلْوَةً. If they isolate me by myself, I'm alone with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَتْلِي شَهَادَةً. They kill me, I'm a martyr. وَإِخْرَاجِي مِنْ بَلَدِي سِيَاحَةً. And if they exile me from my land, that's tourism. I'll get to go see other places. So look at that contentment he had in his heart. Some of the Salaf said, مَسَاكِينُ أَهْلِ الدُّنْيَا خَرَجُوا مِنْهَا وَمَا ذَاقُوا أَطْيَبَ مَا فِيهَا. That how miskin are the people of this dunya. They've left it and they weren't able to taste the most sweetest and purest thing in there. So somebody asked, what is that sweetest and purest thing you're referring to? He said, loving Allah and knowing Him and remembering Him and being alone with Him. And there's other aqwal that I have as well, but you get the point of the ulama, the love they had for the knowledge and for this religion got them to such a state that you could do anything to them, but they're content in their heart.